Hi everybody, welcome to School of Scarlett. Today I have another message for you. So as I was walking out here, I found this pretty red flower that I put in my hair, and I saw a green hummingbird at the hummingbird feeder, and there's another brown post like this one on that side, and there's a lizard running up and down right now. So if that's significant or resonates with anybody, those are the creatures and the nature that I saw this morning. My dog Blue is walking around, my dog Sarah's walking around on the other side, so you might see them in the background as well. So today I wanted to bring you a message around October. So tomorrow begins October. So I've done some intuitive energy updates before, so I thought that I would do one again for this month. I was just meditating on October. So if you don't meditate, it's not something that I talk about very often, but it's something that can also ground you. It's something that can also help you to develop your intuition a little further. It's something that can also help you to visualize and see those nudges or messages in visuals. So that is one thing that I do. And so I was doing that this morning, and what I came across for the month of October is actually around nudges, believe it or not. So we're going to have a lot more nudges coming through, and they're going to be a lot stronger this month. And these are going to help to bring you to what it is that you need to do. So if there's something that you have to move into, or there's something that you have to let go of, or there's just something that you need to know about, some truth, you're going to feel nudges. And it's not just going to feel like a physical nudge, it's going to feel like an internal nudge on your intuition. These are intuitive things that you're going to be feeling. So your intuition is going to heighten in this month, and it's going to be around your communication, nudging you, telling you the things that you need to do. So if there's something that you've been ignoring, maybe you've been listening to my messages, or maybe you have felt your own internal nudges and you haven't really been acting on those are going to get stronger and stronger this month. But it's not a bad thing. There are things that are going to help you to move into the next version of you. So the other thing that I was seeing was, again, like a snake shedding its skin. But the unusual part about this was that I saw the earth, or what was like a planet, shedding its skin. So I know that a lot of you have come and asked about the new earth. You hear a lot of, very famous spiritual teachers like Eckhart Tolle and many others all on YouTube and everywhere talking about the new earth. Now, I don't talk about the new earth very much, but today I had basically a vision around that. So what came through was basically like a planet, and it was doing just like what a human, or I've had these visions before where like humans are shedding their identities or who they are. I've had those visions before where it seems like it's almost like a Clark Kent, where they take off the clothes that they're wearing and they turn into something else. I've had those visions before. I've had the visions before of the snakes kind of shedding their skin, but I've never had the vision of like an earth or a planet shedding its skin. And so today I had the message basically, or the visual of this planet shedding its skin. And so what I could see was that the new earth was basically coming through, that it is here and now. And the next thing that came through was, it wasn't that the new earth is going to literally be like another place that we go to, or like this huge transformation that we're going to see. It's going to be just like as if when we shed our own identity. So if you think about yourself, maybe when you were a teenager, you really don't feel the same person as that teenager anymore. Like I can think about times in my 20s or something like that, and I really don't identify with that anymore. I can remember, I have the memories, but I'm not that person anymore. I don't feel connected to that in that sense. It really feels that I'm a whole new person and that I've shed that identity. So what I'm seeing is that basically, like for the earth or for the planet, it's going to basically shed, and it's not going to really recognize what happened before in a way that it's going to continue doing those things. It's going to be new. So the older earth was manifested, years ago, and now it has come into fruition, and now the new earth is taking on its consciousness. The new earth, like I say, is more in tune with intuition, is more in tune with consciousness, awareness of what's happening, connection with all. Whereas before we didn't see too much of that. But what I'm also seeing is that this isn't going to be something like, where in religions they talk about like people dying, or certain people ascending and like taking away, some people being taken to heaven and some people staying here, or You know, in some spiritual practices, they talk about like ascension and people like moving into different dimensions and earths and stuff like that. What I'm seeing is that this is all within our own consciousness, and it's going to be as subtle and as simple as when we shed, like from teenager to adult. It's just going to be an evolution that we're going to know happened. We're going to be able to look back and say, okay, we're not that way anymore. But it's not going to physically shake up our reality where people are going to be dying or there's going to be this massive change here on earth. It's going to literally be very subtle, but we will certainly recognize it. So that's what the new earth is symbolizing. And so what I'm also seeing is that there's a lot of things that can keep us from moving into that space. The new earth is here. It has actually shed, and we can connect with it now. But what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of distractions. So if we distract ourselves with what I'm seeing is like media or, you know, issues of this world, politics, things like that, and we get too involved in that and we lose ourselves, like we're not on our own path, we're just observing or watching TV. What I'm seeing is like a couch potato, somebody just sitting there on the couch and just watching TV. What's going to happen is that everything that you want for your own personal life as you move into this new earth is not going to manifest because you're only focused on the distractions. So if you're focused on the distractions, nothing is really going to change in your reality. You might see others changing and things like that, but you won't really change. So what I'm seeing is that we need to really connect with what we want within our hearts. We have to connect with the authenticity of ourselves and allow for some space from those distractions. We can't allow ourselves to literally just turn on the TV and have it playing all day long and now not allow ourselves to work on those things that are dear and true to our hearts. So what I'm also sensing is that we are the change. So if you want to experience that new earth, if you want to experience that new reality, you really have to be the change within yourself, which is distancing yourself from distractions. Really aligning to your heart and those things that are wanting to happen, those nudges that you're feeling, going with them, taking that step, taking the action, taking the mental space of actually moving forward with those things. If we aren't moving forward with those things and we're just distracted, we literally will just stay like a couch potato. We'll be just witnessing things, but nothing will change in our reality. But what I'm seeing is that you are safe. You're safe here in the month of October, sorry. Nothing is really going to be a threat to you, but you have a choice. Are you going to connect with the truth of your heart and take the next step? Or are you going to continue to be distracted by all of the distractions that there could be? And so the media and politics are not just the only distractions. It could be anything in your life. It could be video games. It could be many different things. Whatever it is for you, comment down below if you have a distraction at this time. So the new earth is truly inside of us. And so that's what I'm sensing. It's something that's inside of us. It's like a consciousness that we have to connect with. But it's here and now. And that's why more people are talking about it, because it's become apparent to lots of people who are connecting with it. So what I'm also seeing is there's an increase in creativity coming through, which is those nudges as well. So those nudges come with creativity. They come with ideas. They come with desires. And you see, desires are not a bad thing. They're what propels change and beauty and everything in this world. So when you have that creativity come up, connect with it. Go with it. See where it takes you. So what I'm seeing is that the next step is more into action. So are you going to take action? Maybe you've had the creativity running through you already, but are you taking action to move it into reality, as in, you know, maybe sharing it with others, maybe actually doing it. Maybe it's only an idea in your mind, but you haven't taken the steps to actually put it into the physical world. So you're being kind of called now to step into action. Do those things that are in your heart. Move into those things. And if you've already moved into them, if you've already created that, begin to share it with others. Begin to take that next step that is calling within your heart. So only you will know what those nudges are. So you're really called this month to really connect with your intuition, allow it to develop further, and this will all naturally happen. But will you be distracted, or will you go with the nudges? Will you expand your intuition? Will you connect with that new earth? or will you stay behind and go into distractions? It is your choice, and we're always making choices. So if this message found you well, if it resonated with you, give me a heart, a like, comment down below how it resonated with you. What are you feeling about October? How are things going with you? Let me know down below. It really helps me to get these intuitive messages out to you and align them more to my viewers. So if you're new here, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you'll come back. I hope that you'll subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I will catch you on our next message.